Hi, I'm Rishi from DP Review, and we're here in San Francisco with a first look at the new Sony RX10 Mark III. The sensor in the RX10 III is similar to its predecessor, which means it's a 20 megapixel 1-inch type CMOS stacked sensor with an entirely new lens. This lens goes all the way from 24mm equivalent to 600mm equivalent, and this lens has a maximum aperture of f2.4 on the wide 24mm end and f4 on the zoomed in 600mm end. Now, for a 24 to 600mm zoom range, it's actually quite light and feels great in the hand. The RX10 Mark III has 3 separate rings on its lens. One is used to control focus, one is used to control the zoom, and the other controls the aperture. This aperture can actually be clicked or unclicked, so that makes it versatile for stills as well as video where you might not want the click making noises as you're stopping down in video. The RX10 III comes with a built-in flash, which you can pop up with a button right here. This flash is actually pretty far away from the lens, which means that the lens barrel, hopefully, should not block too much of the light coming from the unit. It is not actually bounceable, though. Now, with a reach of 600mm, you can actually have a little difficulty framing your subject, especially if it's moving. So what Sony's included in here is a zoom assist, which works really cleverly. The zoom assist feature works by momentarily zooming the camera back out to a wide field of view. You can then turn the zoom ring and the camera will give you an idea of what the frame will be for any given focal length. Now, the RX10 III still uses a contrast detect only autofocus system, and while the stacked sensor allows for pretty fast AF, the fact that it's using contrast detection, especially at such long focal lengths where objects can be very, very out of focus, means that the camera will spend some time hunting from time to time. This large zoom range will be great for travel photographers looking for flexibility, but also the close focus distance at 600mm essentially affords it 0.49x magnification, so it'll be great for close-up work. Again, this is Rishi from DP Review. Thanks for watching, and for all things digital photography related, head over to www.dpreview.com.
Hi, I'm Sam from dpreview.com, and this is the Nikon COOLPIX P900. It is Nikon's biggest super zoom, and includes the world's most extensive zoom range with up to 83 times magnification. 83 times sounds like a lot, because it is. It reaches from the usefully wide 24mm equivalent to the almost incomprehensible 2000mm equivalent. And thanks to impressively effective image stabilization, that range is genuinely usable. Keen photographers may be disappointed by the camera's inability to capture RAW files, but the P900 still has an awful lot going for it. It's got both an electronic viewfinder for shooting in bright light and a flip-out screen for shooting from high or low angles. Add to this full HD video capability and GPS to make managing your images easier, and you've got probably the most flexible all-in-one travel camera there's ever been. For more about the Nikon P900 and all things digital photography, go to dpreview.com.
Hi, I'm Allison for DP Review, and this is the Canon PowerShot G3 X. The G3 X is a long zoom compact camera built around a 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor. The core feature set of the G3 X is very similar to the smaller G7 X, but the ergonomics are very different. The G3 X features a large hand grip, front control dial, and a hot shoe for adding an external flash or electronic viewfinder. The G3 X has a 25 times zoom, covering an effective range of 24 to 600mm. With a variable maximum aperture of f2.8 to 5.6, the lens isn't particularly bright, but an effective image stabilization system partly makes up for it when shooting non-moving subjects. Image quality from the G3 X's 20 megapixel sensor is excellent and matches the best of its 1-inch sensor competition. HD video quality is also very good, although the G3 X can't quite compete with some of its peers in this market segment, which increasingly offer 4K capture. Overall, the G3 X is a pleasant camera to use and one that is capable of very good results. A slow, continuous frame rate in RAW mode might bother enthusiasts, and we'd recommend adding the optional external viewfinder, as the tilting, touch-sensitive rear LCD can be hard to use in bright sunlight. To learn more about the Canon PowerShot G3 X, visit dpreview.com.